Philadelphia. I'm Philip John Neimark, the founder of the IFA Foundation International. I'd like to welcome you to one more iteration of the weekly Ifascope. The weekly Ifascope is, of course, an in-depth, uptight look at the events that are going to happen to all the people in the coming week. Will the events be different? Well, probably they're going to be different from everybody, or at least in sum and substance. So, unless I do an individual divination on you, I cannot tell you what those events are and how they should be handled. But basically, in this iteration and context, it's not totally necessary, because the point is that Arumula, not you, not I, noticed, as he notices everything, for thousands of years, how people have dealt with those kinds of events that may have been exciting, they may have been scary, they may have been so-so, but whatever they were, there was a better way to handle it. And that is not in our knee-jerk response to doing this. It is not in our everyday life where we would automatically default to anger, or default to assertiveness, or default to fear. All right? A lot of people are afraid of divination when there is absolutely no reason that you should be afraid. Period. In taking Arumula's message to heart, what you're going to find is the best possible solution. The very best possible solution for you, your loved ones, your family, to the coming week, to getting those things you most deserve. Having said that, I'd like to, point out a couple of things. One is, of course, my wife's IFA Prime, which is very exciting. You can look up her email on our website. Send her an email. Say, hey, I love all those people. I love the idea. Would you get me a pass for coming? She will. All you need is a computer, no money, it's free, and some curiosity or some ideas which you have, because you can, if you have a camera, if you have the kind of computer which allows you interactivity, it could be a lot more fun. And if not, you could simply watch. I mean, we have people, from Abu Dhabi, we have people from Slovenia, we have people from Australia, all over the world, basically. Some of them are getting up at 2 in the morning, some it's 5 in the morning, but the point, and they just listen for the most part. I guess maybe they're in their jammies. But at any rate, what I promise you is you're going to hear the truth. Absolute, positive truth. Not things which you've been told, or things which you've heard, or things which sound like they could be right, but maybe aren't. But truth. And you're going to hear it from my wife, an incredibly knowledgeable IFA priest, a number of other IFA priests who she's surrounded by, and a whole bunch of people coming in to ask their questions and get their answers. Give it a try. It's right now we're in this exciting period. It's been a long time coming, and I can't tell you why, but particularly at age 75. But we are in the process of making some of the biggest changes we've ever made in our 40-plus years of being in business. 40-plus years of helping people, of being there for them. And these changes are going to roll out. You're going to see them. Some of you have seen little pieces of them. Some of you will see more. And as time goes on, it's going to be everything from our websites, to our offerings, etc., which are going to be there, and they're going to be just incredibly exciting. They're going to be 21st century, not 5th century. At any rate, this week, the Ifascope, you probably wondered if I was going to get around to that, but this week the Ifascope was, excuse me, a wandering Ofun. And a wandering is something where, when you're on path, it's showing the blockage breaking loose, the difficulties you had, the obstacles that were occurring are going to fade away, or you're going to figure out how to deal with them, and you're going to be able to go forward. That's on the temporal side. On the emotional, spiritual side, it is about Orunmila's message. It's about doing that which you know is right. Do those things which, you have learned from Ifa. Not the 10 Commandments, not the this, not the that, but things you know inside of you are the right thing to do. And the question was, of course, is it Ire or Ibi? And it was as close as you could get, because it was a tie. And that tie was Ogbi Obara. That was for both Ire and Ibi. And it's just a good idea, by the way, to do that once in a while. I mean, or have it come up. So I can tell you, it is a yes. The tie always goes to the runner. But I can also tell you that it is, not very, very strong. And so you're going to have to watch what you do. You're going to have to think carefully. You're going to have to be at the top of your game. And then at the end of the week, you're going to see how it all worked out. It has to do with health. And that was another tie. Family was, equally there, but health was first, so health wins. And health is something which, makes me very delighted, very happy, certainly at my age. But good health, it may be for us, it may be for our family members, and whatever. But that's on the agenda. And the interesting part came in looking for a Odu, or for an Orisha that would accept this, would magnify or increase the probabilities of success. And what was it? It was, of all things, which kind of surprised me, Chango. Because when I thought about it, by the way, it's not too surprising. But on the surface it is, because it's not too surprising when something is tied very close to each other, that you need a strategy for completing the tasks, for absorbing the information, for getting things done. And it's going to be, excuse me, Chango. And Chango is going to want Pepe, the small peppers, corns, which we use for hosts of things here at the foundation. We, use them to, amplify our thoughts or our feelings or our ideas. And you just chew these up in your mouth. That's my little dog barking. I presume you can hear that. One of my little dogs. You may hear the big ones coming up shortly. But place those in front of Chango, or whatever you use for Chango, and light a tea candle and pray to Chango. Pray to Chango to give you the insight, the understanding, to see this as it is, not to tilt over this way, but to be strong and stay right here. And that way, good health, a wonderful Odu, all of that is going to be in the coming week.